Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another replay in the Achilles, Tier 6 British Turreted T-Day. Unlike the previous video where I was stock and fighting Tier 8s, this is my first game with the upgraded 17 pounder with the good penetration, and as you can imagine, now that I've got enough pen to deal with Tier 8, I'm now fighting Tier 6s and top tier, so bit interesting, but I'm not going to complain. A top tier game is a top tier game, and we're on a map I quite enjoy. So on Westfield, because this tank's not the slowest, and because it's got really good view range, and we're top tier, I'm going to try and go to the center of the map to spot. Have to be a little bit careful because they've got a Cromwell and they've got two light tanks, and the light tanks are platooned together, so I need to be fairly careful. Curtis is platooned with me today, and he's in the OI, Japanese Tier 6 Super Heavy. So hopefully he'll be able to have some fun with the top tier matchmaking. But there are two artillery, and as I said before, lots of fast tanks, two light tanks and a Cromwell, who if they get round him, there's not much he can do. Now good news for me is, I'm not actually going to need to spot, because there's a light tank going in ahead. Now, what I realised at first is I thought he was going for a spot, but he's actually going to go a bit too far ahead. So we just spot some enemies. He spots SU-100, which top tier TD, very big gun potentially. He could have the 122mm, so if I can kill him, that'd be great. Missed the third shot on him, and now he's behind cover, so it's a bit of a shame I couldn't finish him off. Now see, our top tier light tank has just committed suicide. Which is a far too frequent problem in World of Tanks. But he got a little bit of assistance for it. Now see, I was quite frustrated that he didn't fall back at this point. Because you see, I get spotted by a medium tank. Now even though I've got good view range, I'm a TD, so I don't have many hit points. So if I get hit, it's going to be most of my hit points gone. So see, I'm weaving. You can hear shells landing behind me. And now, although our light tank's dead, one of our heavies has managed to push up. So with our heavy pushing up, he'll be able to spot for me, and with our team shooting across at the medium who spotted me, he's basically fucked off. So that's very nice indeed. The Excelsior gets a ram kill on the SU-100 for picking up the hidden. And overall, that Excelsior just went ham over there on the other side of the map. However, now there's a KV-2 to contend with. Now, I'm glad he's over there spotting him, because I do not want to get shot at by a KV-2. Let's see, just 171 pan, across the map. If I know his tracks or a hyper-angled part of his tank, I should be able to pan him relatively reliably, but at the same time he's Russian, so you never know. Now he gets unspotted. Now I know I can outspot a KV-2 because being a Russian tank he has horrible view range. But I'm just worried about where the light tank and the Cromwell is. Our KV-2 gets artilleried. I do actually manage to spot the enemy KV-2. And the teammate tracked them. So now I've got nice easy shots into his frontal plate. And the archer picks him up. Now, I'm going to move a little bit further forwards. I now know the light tank and the Cromwell are at the other side of the map near Curtis. And so far it's not looking too bad over there. I don't know how many hit points my team have. But the issue for me is, I cannot engage a light tank and a Cromwell because even though I have a turret, it's a bit like a Hellcat, it turns very slow. So I don't want to get circled by these people. Chinyu Kai, tier 5 medium. You're going to see I wait until there's bushes in the way before firing. And I'm going to hold fire because I'm worried that he'll actually spot me. So I wait till the tree's in the way, fire, and then realise I've got a really good crew, really good camo. I can actually just fire here, he's not going to spot me. So tier 5 medium, with no way of spotting me, nice easy farm. Now, Curtis is by himself because the light tank and Cromwell's are cleaned up over there. Which means, unfortunately, he's about to get circled, and there's nothing I can do about it. If I go over there, I'll just get circled after him. So I'm trying to see if I can spot the artillery. Because, again, they were me. I'm in an open-top vehicle, meaning artillery can ruin me. And Curtis does get picked off by the Plague Bringer. Now I want to stay on the side of the map because my team are over this way. The archer's looking this general direction, and my other teammate's driving towards their base. So I'm going to try and get shots into the Tiger. Probably should have loaded APCR there for the extra shell velocity. Actually, I'm going to aim and I see him backing up, and I lead the shot quite well. Now at this point, I've decided I need to fall back to where the archer is, because if I get into a fight with the enemy, I want the archer to be able to shoot at whoever's fighting me. As well as that, by going back towards the archer, I can also try and deal with the Cromwell, who is at the moment, who I'm considering the biggest threat on the enemy team. So the Artie's putting up a valiant effort, and at the very least, they're spotting him so I know where he's at. So that is going to be very useful information for me. See, I load APCR because the Cromwell is a very fast tank, so I want the extra shell velocity to try and make it a bit easier to hit him. I didn't fully aim that shot. And now there's a house in the way, and you're going to see, like, I'm not really going to get too many decent shots off here. And there must have been a dead tank there, I think, because the shot looked pretty spot on. And again, I think there's something there in the way. Now, this isn't too big a deal, because looking at what enemies are left, the Plague Bringer spotted, and I've got a plan now. I'm sitting in this bush with binoculars up. Now, no matter which way the Cromwell goes, I will be able to spot him, and he won't spot me while I'm in the bush. So if he goes to the left, I'll see him. If he goes to the right, I'll see him, or even the archer might see him. So my plan is to wait here and get rid of the Cromwell, because he's also the best view range they've got on the enemy team, with the mobility. So I've decided I'm quite happy just to wait here. Gonna try and lead the shot, and actually, at just above 300 meters, I'm able to shoot him without getting spotted. Which is very nice. Now, I know where the Plague Bringer is. I'm confident in my view range and the fact that the archer's on Overwatch, that I've decided I want to keep this as far distance as possible. Because if they can't see me, they've got much less chance of shooting me. I'm not going to say they can't shoot me, because they most definitely can. We all know how blind shots work in this game. So, I'm going to climb the hill. See, the Plague Bringer does get spotted. I don't have the gun elevation quite yet to shoot him. But see, nice and easy. Pick him off. I'm just going to go with the APCR again because it's a Tiger 217. And I can't remember how many hit points he was on. But I'm going to do the risky play here. And as I come up, I've decided with the archer there, again, I'm going to put a lot of faith into my camouflage and view range, and I'm going to cross the bridge. Now this is a very dangerous area, but DPM between me and the archer, we should be able to wreck the Tiger if we see him. I'm going to stop moving, I'm going to put binos up. And move a little bit further forward, and then the heavy tank gets spotted. See, I miss, and now if you watch, even with APCR, look at the lead I give, and it still lands right at the back of his tank, so I still almost missed. I've now got the lead on point, and finish him off again without getting spotted. Now I've just got 2 artillery to deal with, so I'll go back to the AP rounds, but I do still have to be wary because artillery can one-shot me. And this game's mainly just been about trying to use my camo and view range advantage on this tank, which so far I've been able to use quite well. Now I got spotted quite early on in the game by a medium tank sneaking up on me, but the tank's mobility was good enough to where I was able to retreat quick enough to avoid any damage. But you see, if you're top tier and so there's not as much view range on the enemy team, and even against tier 8, since it's still got pretty decent view range, you could really work this tank from a distance. So I'm not really the best person when it comes to camo play style, so I'm not like the biggest fan of the Rheinmetall Borsig or the SU-130PM, those kind of vehicles, but if you're someone who loves Camo TDs, this could be the one for you at tier 6. Like, pretty decent little vehicle. And as I said, it's not just the camo, it's the mix of the camo and the view range. I keep having to reiterate that the view range is what makes this tank so good for me. Bishop gets spotted in the town. I'm going to drive towards him. Now, obviously, I only have 5 degrees of gun depression. I'm going to hit the shot on the move. I see him aiming at me. I'm just going to start driving again. He misses. I'm going to auto-lock him, because I don't want to stay still, because there's still an M44, which is one of the best just tanks in the game, let alone artillery. So see, I'm now starting to weave. And there we go, I managed to dodge the M44 shell. Now the archer's moving in. He's been fairly useful to me, and at least just, it's been reassuring to have him there. When you saw I fell back to a position where he could just keep constant overwatch. So it's reassuring to have him. Now, from the looks of things, he's driving forwards instead of backwards, which if you remember from my video, the tank drives very slow forwards and actually drives faster backwards. So he's quite clearly driving forwards at this moment in time. I quickly activate my binoculars to see if I can spot anyone. I do not. So I'm going to move to the next position and activate binoculars again to see if I can spot him. But as I come over, the M44 does get spotted. And you're going to see the 5 degrees of gun depression come into play here. I miss. I got to start moving. Fire on the move. I do manage to hit him, actually. He misses me. And here you go. You see, I just can't quite aim low enough. It goes just above him. And now he's behind the building. And now I've had quite a good game here, so I want my top gun. So what I'm going to do is make it look like I'm driving straight for him, wait till I'm unspotted, and then go round. Now I am going to have to cut through the cap circle to do this, but I'm going to hope that he's a bit slow to catch on, and that his traverse speed will stop him getting round. Because I've got quite a decent build-up of speed on the way downhill. And thankfully, he wasn't paying attention, and I finished off with an unnecessary ammo rack. So an excellent game in the Achilles there, using the camo and view range to its fullest with the awesome gun, especially top tier, like you just shred equal and lower tier tanks. 36,666 silver, 3,220 damage for a high caliber, 6 kills for the top gun, and an ace tanker, all without taking a single shot from the enemy. And a Pascucci's for 2 artillery kills, which is always nice. So the Achilles, really awesome tier 6 TD. I highly rate this thing, and for any of you out there who haven't played it, I highly recommend just giving it a go and seeing what you think. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.